Thank you, Dr. Cepeda. We are running out of time, so if you have any question, please let us know, and we will pass through the assistant of the Vice Chancellors and principals. And finally, I would like to ask Dr. Lourdes Dieck to make some final remarks.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here. I am sure that for our students and for our professors and our directors, this is a great opportunity to hear that it's not only we here that are concerned about going out to the world, but you in the UK are also concerned about your students becoming international. And I think that is something that we cannot afford not to have in our institutions. But they have some time for some questions, so if some of you students or our professors, if you would like to ask a question to the Vice Chancellors or to the CEO of the British Council, here is the time. Yes.
I hope, okay. I think you can hear me. Yeah. The webcast won't hear you. I'm sorry? You need a microphone for the web.
Yes, that's true, that's coming.
I'm sorry, I apologize for this. My name is Juan Carlos Rivera. I am a professor here at Tec de Monterrey on the International Business Department. We are very honored to have you all here sharing your thoughts with us in terms of internationalization. I just would like to ask for your comments on two specific issues. The first one would be if you could share with us, and especially with our students who are here and those who are going to get information on this very interesting meeting, what would be the way that you would suggest that they could break away from the, I should say, paradigmatic thought of going out to the world, because sometimes they have a tendency of not gathering enough information, or at sometimes be fearful of going out, not only to United Kingdom, but pretty much any other country in the world. How would you suggest, or from your own experience, what have your students done in this regard? And the second question would be exactly what Dr. Cepeda was saying. Here at Campus Santa Fe, Dr. Lourdes Dieck has been encouraging all of us to promote the internationalization of the campus as a whole. So also I would like to ask for your comments on your own personal experiences. What have you done in terms of your universities to attract more students, but also promote that as a group, your faculty and your researchers and your scientific bodies can actually go outside of their universities and share and work collaboratively, as you have said before, with other countries and with other institutions. Thank you.
Was this on? Can you hear me? Yeah. Something that's occurred to me on that first one, because it is a real issue, I think, all over the world, is getting people to try to actually embrace this. And this is just an idea, but maybe the way to do it is to start with social networking. I mean, seeing as we now have that, I mean, if one sort of deliberately arranged or set up communities, international communities, quite small ones, so that people could get to know each other on a kind of social networking basis in an unthreatening way, and from there move to actual exchanges. I think that might be a way of breaking down some of the fear and ignorance and want and so on that attends all this. In terms of internationalizing the campus as a whole, there's a whole series of things you can do with that. I mean, you have to look at your curriculum. That's really important, so that the curriculum is, as it were, orientated around a global view rather than a narrow view. And there are other things you can do, such as celebrations of internationalism, and encouraging both staff and students to do that, to celebrate, and to put on events and so on and so forth. And our campus, because it was founded as an international university, is extraordinarily diverse, and it self-organizes You know, the students put on a food festival, or the staff have an international society and put on events and that sort of thing. And that really makes a difference. It's actually, sometimes it feels to me that I've already gone abroad without going anywhere when I'm on our campus. And that is a really good basis, I think, for opening up.
I would echo what Professor Reardon just said. In terms of encouraging students, 3 thoughts come to mind. I mean, if a student here is interested in a foreign country, the first thing to do is to find, you know, if they're interested in Germany or Scotland, they should try to find a student here who's from Germany and Scotland and make friends with them and talk to them. The other thing, again, very practical, is use the web. It's very good. You can go virtual tours of most universities now. And the other thing is just go for very short visits. So if a student thinks, well, maybe I might go for a year somewhere, well, you know, maybe the first thing to do is go for a week. In terms of campus activity, I entirely agree with what Professor Reardon said. I think cultural events and cultural societies. University of Edinburgh has a surprisingly good connection with Argentina. And I put this down mostly to the fact that we have a very successful tango society. No, seriously, it sends competitors to the World Tango Competition in Buenos Aires. And from things like tango societies or Chinese dumpling societies, things come. But the other thing is, I would echo Dr. Nutbean's comments. The more you have different languages easily available, the easier it is for people to get engaged.